Hey, I'm coming to you guys with a vision. I received this tonight. It's September 20th, 2014. And the Lord's been having me in a fast for about 2 days. And just in worship to Him recently, sorry. I was asking Him, about these things, like Nibiru or some other things I was asking about, some more revelation. And I was asking Him what I should do next. And He gave me this vision of me laying on my bed in this white robe. And I knew what that meant. He wanted me to show me something. So I did so, and he showed me quite a few things. Some things I can't share yet, and this one thing I can share. So here I am. As always, please go to the Lord about these things. Pray about this. Use discernment. There's some new revelations that I haven't heard anyone else talk about that He showed me. So if you've been shown this, I'll love for a confirmation of that. But if not, hey, that's cool. I'll walk in faith. As always, this vision was shown in part, completely secluded, what I want to say. And what I mean by that is, I was only shown Nibiru and Planet X. I wasn't shown anything else that pertained around to it. I didn't show any of the dominoes that were going to fall with this. I was just shown these specific things. I wasn't shown any saints. I wasn't shown Jesus. I wasn't shown any of that. Just this one event. And even this event wasn't shown in full. It wasn't shown in full. It was just shown what He wanted me to see. He does that for many reasons, because the enemy's nosy and we need to know what we need to know. So yeah. So this vision. First, I was in outer space. I was way up in outer space looking at the sun, and automatically I saw this planet, and it was drifting towards the sun. And I saw that this planet was black. It was black, and it had like red stripes in it. It had red embedded through it, like woven through this black planet. And I saw this black planet had this black cloud ring that went around it. And first thing I was wondering, I was looking at it, and I was trying to figure out what is in that cloud of red, that black ring. And the Lord allowed me to see just a little bit into it, and I saw demons in this cloud. And I don't know what they were doing. They were doing something. I couldn't see as well. He didn't let me see everything they were doing. And then I saw that it was moving in front of the sun, aligning itself with the earth and the sun. So it'd be like sun, planet Nibiru, and then earth. Like I said, I was shown in part, so I wasn't shown the other planets. I wasn't shown Mars, Venus, Jupiter. I didn't know where they were in this, so I can't say where they were. I was just shown these two planets. So I was then, I was wondering in this vision, I was like, well, Lord, what does it look like from the earth? And then I was taken to the earth violently. Like, it was like God just threw me down to the earth. And I hit the ground pretty hard, but I didn't feel anything. And I was in this white robe, and I was just sitting there. But the crazy thing was, I was sitting there in the midst of people doing their daily activities. They were doing their daily things. Some were, looked like they were dressed for work, just doing, everyday thing, normal routine. So I think I was in spirit, and that because none of them noticed me throughout this whole vision, I was never noticed, except for almost one part, and I'll show you that later. And so I was probably in the spirit, and I was sitting there with my legs up like this, looking up at the sky. And when there's many people around me, and eventually I started looking up as well. And when they looked up, they were really curious, like just staring at it. And then somehow, somewhere, panic happened. And I'm still sitting on the ground while all this panic is going around. Just people running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm not really focusing on them. I'm just seeing them in my peripheral. And what they saw was, and what I saw was that they saw the sun and a smaller looking orange object next to it. They saw like this. It was like an orange ball. It didn't really shine. It was just glowing, you could say, and it was getting closer to the sun. And so when this object got really close to the sun, I wasn't shown clearly this, but either Nibiru eclipsed the sun, or something happened to where it went completely dark. Like this was this was in the middle of the day, like I want to say noon or something, and all of a sudden it was like completely dark outside. It was like nighttime. Like I heard crickets in this vision. I was hearing the crickets like you hear at night. I was hearing them, and it was completely dark, and I really didn't see any lights. So maybe the power was out, and people were just really in a panic now. They were running back and forth, going crazy, and I'm still not focusing on them. I'm just focusing on what I'm seeing. And then, like I said, oh, and then after this, I started seeing spaceships in the sky. I don't know if these spaceships are going to be here when it fully goes dark first, or while it's still light out. Like I said, I'm showing in part. I don't know the sequence of events, how this is going to happen. That's why I say with the Lord about it. And so then these spaceships were appearing all in the sky, and I saw them coming down towards the cities and stuff, and where I was at. And I saw that they were abducting people. I was then taken from where I was sitting to one of these spaceships, and I saw me going up in this spaceship. This guy wanted me to show me what was in them, and I was shot up with some other lady. And I get there, and I just see, the typical alien, the one with the big black eyes and a round head. I knew he had shapeshifted. I knew this was a demon. And God just had me look at him. He had me examine everything. They had a huge head. They had really tiny itty bitty fingers. Like they didn't really have a palm. They didn't have a palm. It was just like itty bitty fingers. And I knew they had shapeshifted. They were demons, but they had to, betray what they conditioned the people so long to believe in, that these were aliens and that they were okay. And then what happens? Okay, so after this part, I was taken back to outer space. I was looking at Nibiru again, and this thing was still drifting in front of the sun, and I was really wanting to see what was in that planet. And so God actually took me there. Crazy, right? And I'm like shot down to this planet. I go through the clouds and the red black sky, and I'm on this platform, this land, and everything is red. Like this, I guess this city place I was at was red. I don't know what material this stuff was made out of. I couldn't tell. But the first thing I see is I'm hovering over, what is it? This army. It's an army of demons, and they're all like in a triangle shaped formation in front of this like throne. I don't know who's on the throne. Let me see. In front of the throne. Oh, and I was shown the first couple of demons in front of the group, in front of the army, and they were chanting something. They were shouting something to the person on the throne. I'm pretty sure it was Satan, of course. But his throne was like a little bitty chair that was made out of like, I don't know what this stuff was made out of. But anyways, it was like red and black. Looked like really old medieval times. Stuff you would see in sci-fi movies. Then they were, okay. Okay, then I got to that part. Okay, and then I was shown one of these people getting abducted. Um, I've always asked, about this alien deception, people getting abducted, where are they going to the Lord? And when I got to this part where I was seeing all this stuff happen on this planet, with all the army and Satan on the throne, I was like, okay, Lord. And then I saw a human woman being dragged by two demons by the legs, and she was clawing at the ground trying to stop herself, and she couldn't. And they were dragging her into the front, and I was like, Lord, if you want to show me what happens, you can, but you don't have to. And then He showed me, and they put her on this cross, like they hung her up on this cross, but they chained her hands with chains and shackles and her feet. They didn't nail her hands in there. And she was on this red cross. I don't know what this material was made out of, but it was a red cross. And she was like posted up in front of the whole army. And I guess there was some demons behind her. And what they did was they just they kicked over the cross, and it fell flat forward on her, and blood just splattered all the way out. So I knew she was dead. And I replayed at least twice. So it's going to be some horrendous torment. Horrendous torment. Torment we've never seen. Torment from hell. Torment past your sci-fi movies we're going to see. And I guess God was giving me an example of one of the things they're going to do to the people abducted, where they're going to go. Very sad. And then I was taken back to the earth, and I saw that there were some spaceships, and it was daylight again, and I saw these aliens, I saw these demons disguising themselves as the aliens, the one with the big black eyes. They were disguising themselves to the humans, and some of these aliens were trying to speak to them, to these humans. And then I saw this one alien who was tall. I couldn't pick out his face, but I knew he was tall. He was walking out of the spaceship. And then all of a sudden I see Obama come up to this podium. And then I see that alien, the tall one who was walking out the spaceship, was behind Obama, walking behind him, and walking after him. And as this alien was walking after him, the alien put his hand on Obama's shoulder, and Obama was just smiling the whole time. And I just saw in front, and then Obama got on this podium, and all I see is a bunch of people bowing down, like literally bowing down, like they're worshiping him, the beast, you could say. And what I understood this was that this alien may be just in spirit, or maybe it may be fleshly or physical. I don't fully understand what I was seeing. Maybe this was an Antichrist spirit manifesting. And since I would feel like I was in spirit the whole time, I was seeing what was in the spirit. So maybe that's what I was seeing. But that's all I can say about that. They were really trying to deceive the people, really. And also, these, on the Nibiru planet, when I saw the army there, they had armor. I didn't see their weapons, but they had like these black helmets, black armor. They looked like beasts. They looked like really ugly beasts. They were, they stood on their 2 feet. They stood on 2 feet, but they had like brown, raggedy, gross skin with hair everywhere. They had an ugly face, and it was really disgusting. So you would have to disguise yourself to try to deceive people, because no one would fall for them. What else did I see? Oh, and that's it. That's the vision. And I was laying there after having that, and just kind of just in silence. I didn't know what to say. And I was like, Lord, I'm going to share this because I know this isn't just for me. And so here I am. If you have any confirmations, if the Holy Spirit leads you to give an utterance, speak, or put something on your heart to say, I'm always here to listen to the Holy Spirit. I ask that if you want to comment, operate in the Spirit and not in the flesh, because flesh is vanity, the Spirit is profit. You get things out of the Spirit, it's food. But yeah, guys, I'm just sharing what the Lord showed me. Like I said, this was prophecy in part, this was vision in part, this was not in the whole of the whole. Dominoes are going to fall from this one event. So I'm going to go with what God showed me. You guys have a blessed night and love you much.